guys, welcome back. I'm up to something new in the garden today. Actually going to be showing you a whole newish, updated space. I'm super excited about it. I am up toward the greenhouse right now, gathering some supplies. So today I am putting in my, well, it's actually for my husband. It's basically his dream, but I'm putting in a pumpkin patch and a small melon patch, which is basically my dream. So for the past, well, this would be the third or fourth year that I've been trying to grow a bunch of pumpkins for my husband, because his dream has always been to have a pumpkin patch. So last year I did one small, it was like 1 foot by 1 foot by 16 foot or so, and I did square foot planting of pumpkins. But like everything else, they just didn't make it through the flood. And the couple that did, because of the moisture level in the ground, they just ended up molding before I could pick them off the vine to enjoy anyway. So, new year, new updated bed. So, let me show you the space that we just put in. We were just adding on to that like 1 foot by 16 foot bed. We removed the sod from the ground about 3 days ago now. I've already like hand worked it, so it's prepared to be planted. Let me show you. I am right now just collecting the things I need. I have to go grab my full tray of pumpkins, my bone meal that I'm going to be fertilizing, that I'm going to add to the space before I plant into it, and I need my gloves and my shovel. I never used to be a glove wearing gardener, but my husband really got me into liking garden gloves. It's nice to get your hands in the dirt, but man, is it nice having clean hands at the end of it. Got the pumpkins. Let's get planting. So the first thing that I need to do is I'm going to use bone meal to help promote growth to my pumpkins. I've been reading online, and they need a higher amount of nitrogen in the beginning to help promote growth. Hopefully we'll get some big pumpkins, or any pumpkins at all. I would be super pumped about. But yeah, grow big or go home. So that's what we're trying to do. So I brought out a little container, and I'm just going to fertilize or pour some of this organic bone meal all over this whole patch. I do practice natural gardening methods in every aspect of my garden. I don't use any pesticides or anything that's inorganic in my garden. So that is why I'm choosing to use bone meal. instead of other things. The roots on these are absolutely insane. This is the first time that I've looked. I'm going to try really hard not to mess around with my tags, but look at these. Aren't these amazing? Obviously, the roots are saying they seriously want to get planted, but this is a beautiful pumpkin. 2 pumpkins, actually. So I'm actually not going to be separating these pumpkins. I know other people that have been growing pumpkins and cucumbers alike for many years, and they typically put 3 seeds per 1 cell. So I think that these are still going to thrive. They're currently thriving in what they're currently in. So I'm not going to be doing any separating or culling of any plants today. But everyone can make their own choices on how they do things. There's many gardening methods out there. There's no rights and no wrongs unless you find something's not working for you. And maybe it's not that it's wrong, it's just not the right method for your soil. What components the soil that you're growing in has, what it offers. That's why a lot of people tend to do soil tests. I personally have not done a soil test, but I live on the property that my mom had owned for many years before me. This property has been in the family for 33 years now. And my mom gardened on it before me, and I gardened on it with my mom. I don't think that there's one rule for everything that you're going to do. Sometimes there might be a better way for certain areas, for certain people. Some things just don't work out for everyone. So you just have to trial and error. And this year for me is a lot of trial and error. I can figure out what's going to work best for me. And I'm trying to put in systems in place so I can start to learn how much to expect out of what I'm growing, instead of having it kind of be a guessing game like it has been in the past. I'm trying to actually grow food for my family and sustain us so that during the summer months we don't have to be going out for staples that we eat all the time, as far like zucchini, tomatoes. I do a lot of processing in my garden. I like to make homemade ketchups and salsas and hot sauces. And I had dreams last year of canning soups because of my diet regulations. For a while I just didn't have soups, and canned soups aren't necessarily the best thing for you anyway because they are loaded up with salt and preservatives. So I have dreams of having a pantry full of canned soups and all sorts of canned goodies from things. So I'm really trying to be more sustainable on our land as far as food comes. And with sustainability, with all that you gain, in some ways you lose the willy-nilly of your garden. So I'm finding that willy-nilly in my garden by maybe it's not going out and sowing a bunch of seeds that end up mostly getting eaten by chipmunks. I am in the greenhouse and I'm starting starts instead. But instead of willy-nilly sowing those seeds that for me tend to be eaten up by chipmunks, I'm starting something in the greenhouse where I know that the chances of that plant providing something for my family, whether it's even a flower or a bush bean that's going to produce a lot, or a zucchini that's going to be abundant. It can be a flower. And as long as it warms your soul to be growing that in your garden, that's all that matters. And it's not willy-nilly throwing in a bunch of flower seeds. It's willy-nilly planting marigolds with a plan in mind, and thinking that these marigolds are going to protect my tomatoes, my ketchup, my salsa from getting aphids. And those nasturtiums that I am planting next to my cucumbers, they are hopefully going to repel the cucumber beetles that I'm already seeing in my garden already. It is June 5th today, and I have been seeing cucumber beetles for at least a week, even inside my greenhouse. So these are the ways that I am willy-nilly enjoying my garden on my mission to sustainability. So the plan is to lay out these pumpkins where I'm going to plant them. And that is to kind of ensure that the pumpkins are kind of growing together, the same type. So I've got a bunch of types growing here. Let's see. So I have Long Island cheese, fairy tale, I have Cinderella, I have Gerardelle, which is a blue pumpkin. I think there's a couple mini harvest pumpkins in here. There might be one or two other pumpkins. I don't really remember. I'm super excited about all of these. So this chicken tray has some various things, but it has my melons. I've got some moon and stars, some sugar babies, some midget cantaloupes, some golden midget watermelon, which is a golden melon, and some Tigger melons. Just gonna lay them out the same way I did those. Okay guys, so that is my pumpkin patch. I am super excited to show my hubby that I got that planted while he was at work. He's actually probably on his way home now. So I am actually just going to clear up, get ready to make some chicken on the grill,